Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away ere break of day, to find our long forgotten gold. The pines were roaring on the height, the wind was moaning in the night. The fire was red, it flaming spread, the trees like torches blazed with were ringing in the day, and men looked up with faces pale. The dragon's eye, more fierce than fire, laid low their towers and houses frail. Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away ere break of day, to find our long forgotten gold.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome to the stream. My name is Catmark, and new month, new session of Duel Masochist. Now, last session, nice little achievement we managed for ourselves. We managed to get up to Diamond. You can see like the little outline we've now added around the profile, and that means we're starting back in Platinum 5 instead of Gold 5. Which means a little bit for us, I think, you know? We have just that little bit less to try and go through in terms of the actual ladder. New season, 51. Now, the current deck we were using, and what's actually allowed us to get to this point, is this one. Our resident generator pile with, you know, good stuff thrown in just for good measure, because you need everything that you can get. But we did make a new deck. End of last stream. It took a little bit of time. Oh yeah, right, I can get rid of this one actually. I rebuilt this temporarily to test it against someone else's Masochist deck. But yeah, this is what we made at the end of last stream, which is a loosely themed discard deck with a few, you know, good generic cards here and there, all to facilitate Pearly and Dark World. Might, you know, facilitate Shadows with the odd card or two, but the majority of these will not. So we gotta see how that one will go. And to help us see how it does go, we won in Diamond last month. We won 10 games. Why am I in the shop? Which means we get to do something in the solo mode. Now, there are a couple bits to the solo mode. You've got the training and challenges, which includes tactical tri-decks. This sprite, I think it is a tactical tri-deck or something slightly different. You've got the special challenges, you've got, you know, dual training and dual training. Or you've got the various solo modes, like all the stories, all the lore that lets you learn how to play various archetypes. Just real quick, I didn't actually take a look at this one. I know it's pretty long and we're probably not going into it, but I'm just curious about Legacy, Legacy Pack, Emblem, Box, Legacy Pack, Legacy Pack, Emblem, and a background, and then some gems, right? So yeah, that doesn't actually give you a single card. Good to know. I think I kind of worked out what my route was last time in terms of what I wanted to do. I think what we want to do is we want to go to the dual training, dual strategy, if I'm remembering right, and we want duels 1 and duel 2 for a copy of Monster Reborn and a copy of Raigeki. Whichever way you look at the poll that we had on YouTube, it eats up 2 options. It is 2 duels, so, you know, we have to duel twice. It gives us cards we can use twice, so, you know, and we have to click on something twice, so regardless of what you count that, we have the currency, so to speak. We have the ability. Now, I think the last bit is trying to find a deck that is worth playing against, really. Because if you can get the AI to prove a challenge somewhat, then you have something that could maybe benefit you when you're trying to actually duel against the AI. Now, here's where the math gets a little bit different. This one, you need the icon of Eldritch the Golden Lord. Right, so this one would cost 6 to get to this point. If it was option 1 on the poll, you click it, it counts. Option 2, the one that only counts duels, would count this one, and this one, which only takes 3. And option 3 would count 1. It would count 1 because only one of these gives us cards. So looking at that, I know there's a lot of solo mode gates to go through, but I feel like the fair categorization for how we should run it is that if the solo mode makes us duel, that counts for our reward for our wins in Diamond. You can see down here we got 10 wins in Diamond, and so yeah, I've got to plan it out a little bit. I'm trying to find decks that are actually going to be challenging to duel against, but what we can, just start off with right away, we can start off with the training duel. And as you can see, we have actually registered our Pearly Dark Dolls deck because, well, we might as well test it. We spent a good chunk of last stream building it. There might not be anything here just yet. Maybe it needs more generic cards and, cutting down on this or that. But we're not going to know until we run it. And yeah, okay. Right, so let's cash in 1 of our 10 reward points. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hope everyone's had a good time. And yeah, this one is just telling you about the game, and it's going to show you, well, the opponent's going to try and perform these things for you. Okay, so destroyed by card effect, destroyed by battle. Right, so what I think we do is we do this. We do not chain another card. We discard this to summon a Pearly. That gives us Chainlink 1 because it's mandatory, Chainlink 2 to add a quick play spell. Right. Choose one card. And what's your... Right, we haven't used our normal summon yet, and it's just the AI, so I think we would leave that be in this scenario. We add Street. Accept a quick play spell. Okay, so it only gets the field spell. That's always good to know. So, normal summon. We will attempt to excavate the top 3 cards. Dark World. Should... okay, right. Where do these go back to? On the bottom of the deck in any order, so yeah, that doesn't matter. Hello, Mr. M. Gaiman. Reveal a quick play spell in your hand. Right, so we've got Happy and we've got Delicious. And if we look at the extra deck real quick, you need Happy. You need Happy Memory. You need Pretty, and you need Sleepy. So... we do this. We don't chain really good cards that you can't use right now. It happens. What are the 2 good cards in question, may I ask? Well, thrice per turn when a quick play spell is activated, you can attach that and you can return Spell Trap. So... right, I think we would set this for next turn, looking at it. We go attack once, and then I think we can attack again. Okay, so we get to add. In that case, we want to add Pretty Memory. Right? We don't have Sleepy Memory, or do we use... we have 1 Sleepy Memory, but it's in the grave. Change the attack of a monster? No. Attack monsters, right. So, I want to do that each player gains 1,000, and then we want to chain this to eat that as material. One is Zeta, as in Psyframe or Drytron, the other is Shureg. Shureg is Tri-Brigade, but is Zeta... No, Cyframe don't have one, so Zeta is going to be Drytron, right? I mean, I think that's good, right? Yeah. Oh, it's the Cyframe. Neat. Oh, I forgot to set the quick play spell, that's an error. Right. But we can attach from Grave. So we attach this from the Grave, and then during their standby phase we get to draw a card. And we got another Book of Lunar Eclipse. Well, there goes the... I mean, we summoned this back. We're now out of gas for the Pearly stuff. Yep. We're now out of gas for the Pearly part of the deck, because this can't summon from the grave. Right, Shaddoll Hound. Target Shaddoll card in grave, add it to hand. We don't have a Shaddoll card in grave. So it would be just set 1, set 2, and set 3. I guess we call it a turn. What happens when we run out of cards for this? Needs to target 2. Okay. Shaddoll Fusion. Well, they're not going to summon from the extra deck anytime soon. So we just wait until we draw another card. And that's probably the end of the game once that happens. Because it is just the AI. There is a 0.1% chance I get an R, yeah. Right, okay, that does it. So, we're just going to do Shaddoll Fusion here. For Winder, using this and this. Which is going to be the most easy to make Shaddoll. That's not really worth it. And this isn't really worth it either. I can't remember if we really have a way to res in this deck. Because if we do not, then the Pearly stuff is just offline from this moment. And this would have been something that you kind of have to... people wanted it banned for a long time, yeah. Remember that. I mean, this destroys a set card, but we're not that pushed for tempo. We might as well wait until we get another card in hand, because then there's a chance that we get to summon this and push for damage. This is a ridiculously simple deck for us. Okay, Thunderbird, pitch Thunderbird. We start hitting in for damage, I guess. And it probably doesn't cut it on the Master Duel ladder. But yeah, I get why people wanted Noir Band. You're able to put up like a 7 material unaffected towers that's actually, you know, a quick spin effect, and it's decently big. I guess, yeah, we just summon this, we set this, and wait for the next turn. Come on. Oh, Winder? Yeah, people want Winder banned for a long time. And to be fair, there's an argument that, yeah, you should still ban it, it's just can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects. That seems strong enough. I want it to stay on the field. Because that closes out the game. And triple attack. Well, good thing about Winder then, isn't it? But yeah, it's just ever so slightly bigger than your normal summons in pretty much any deck. And can't be destroyed by card effects. Limit to 1 special summon per turn. And of course you can just slap it on top of your end board after you're done with whatever combos you want to do. I'm going first. Oh dear. Right. That's not bad. Cool. So, there is no way to discard from this. This doesn't add a quick play. So, from the looks of it, I think we just set Man-Eater Bug. Man-Eater Puppet. Man-Eater Puppet, do the thing. We can start to poke in for some damage now. Sure. So we would do that, and just go battle. Jar of Greed for a draw. We can either put gold on fuel, or we can get a draw. Well, that would be if they had a face-up monster. Okay. Now there's something to do. We get the field spell. I think I do want the field spell. We do this. Discard for anything. Good. Summon. Draw. Effect. Draw. Okay, see, we got the other one anyway. And we're trying to push for damage. So if I were trying to push for damage, we'd discard this. I guess we flip this and flip this. We don't need them that much. This wasn't summoned this turn anyway. This does mean by card effect. Am I getting these ones wrong? No, they're all card effect. Why did I think that half of them were card effect and half of them weren't? Bugger. It's alright. They're not doing anything with it either. My field spell. Okay, that's fine. Shaddoll Fusion. That is a light. Let's see if we hit a Pearly name first. We do indeed. So we get Sleepy. And yeah, sure. So we activate Sleepy. Why did I do that? I just turned this off. Oh, I confused them. It's fine. I mean, if it ain't broke. In for the 100. There's going to be a lot of me learning this deck and getting it wrong. In the solo mode it won't matter. On actual ladder it will. So if we do that. No, we don't chain it. And then we summon this one. Put it in the EMZ, why not? Just go battle. Hit in with this because it's probably strong enough, and close out the game. And in theory we would add probably the field spell, not changing the stats of the monster, and keep going. I mean, I'm not playing it well, but I'm also not sure how good it's going to do. What does the rest of this give us? Because it didn't look. I don't think it gives us anything particularly great. Oh yeah, that was all gems. Right, so that's 2 of our solo mode currency used. Let's I feel like Eldritch is going to be a decent challenge if I can get to this one here, because that one has all the gems aren't a bad thing if you need them. True. But I feel like this one could be a challenging list, because it is just Eldritch doing regular Eldritch plays, but they've got, you know, Anguish, they've got Burn, they've got ways to protect their own cards. So I think maybe we go for that. And is anyone particularly invested in watching the scenario for the Eldritch solo mode? Because we can let it run, or we can skip it. What do you think? Are you particularly interested? Do you need to see this again? Sure, we'll skip it for time. I like the solo mode for Eldritch. I think it is interesting. Right, this is the third unit. I need to come up with a name for like our solo mode currency. Because at the moment it is just like, it's an awfully clunky way to say it. It's factually true, but it is a clunky way of saying it. Right. Learn how to play Eldritch, a deck we're never going to actually be able to use, because it requires an ultra rare. Still works, because it, you know, it just does. Sets the one from the deck, and then we send that to the graveyard with Eldritch. It's a very, very convoluted and complex game plan, you know. Especially in this duel where everyone both has, like, a singular card. Okay, call it. Could call them diamond duels. But that doesn't really make any sense. This one gives us 3. Maybe. Maybe. And yeah, I don't think we can do this one with our own deck first. Maybe this is... I can't remember if this is one ones you can do with your own deck. Well, they've got to Eldritch. We've got rank 10s, rank 5s, and 2 fusions. Well, Link 2, rank 10, rank 5, fusion. Just 3 copies of each. And they are setting everything? Right, so we can get Eldritch. We don't have synchros, is a thing that I've noticed, which doesn't feel great, but... yeah, right, we can add... I mean, I still need to get Eldritch in rotation. Although... I can use... Uni-Zombie to get Eldritch in rotation. So, type 1 discard. Right, so we're going to target Uni, and we're going to send Lich. We're going to target Uni, and we're going to discard Mizuki. We're going to activate this one. If this is sent to the grave. Or we could just do this. So... right, special Lich. And... yeah, sure. That one. Fusion summon. We got the big towers. which is the end of the game as far as I know. We haven't used Mizuki yet, so we use... how long do you steal it for? You permanently steal it. So we're going to use this for the Uni zombie. We then gonna tribute Uni, steal this, and then we can activate this, sending this to summon, and that is just game. And yeah, we can set a golden land. So in this case, we would set Conquistador. Oh, it's send, not set. My bad. Not that it's important. Damn it. Maybe it was important. Set 1, set 2, special. I'm locked into zombies for the turn. Set an Elblixir. Set an Elblixir. Awakening. Yeah, because I currently have their Eldritch, so... you're not a quick effect. I guess we set this. Their Eldritch loses the buff, ours will at the end of this turn. And... it can't be destroyed. No. Can't be destroyed. Fair enough. Doesn't have to be fusion summoned. We will just get him back. I like him a little bit, you know. He's the big fusion monster. He's gone mad with power. They bring out Lich. They're just using it defensively. And we can target this to make sure it can't be used this turn, but it doesn't seem like they're going to anyway. And they got Guardian. And that is for Conquistador. So, yeah, I mean, you just do this. We tribute, steal theirs. And, I mean, that is not just the game. So, is there anything I can do that does just make it the game? Get Uni-Zombie. Sure, we'll say this one. And I think if we just do this, that should do it. Oh wait, they had this one. Summon. I'm very good at planning, I swear. Right, let's bring this back. How many ways can you fluff up a game, you know? They've got like 1200 life left, and I can't actually kill them. This is supposed to be a short segment on me getting to good duels to test, you know... I mean, to test our decks against. Just let it go at this point. And let's get one of our own just to pop it. I think Eldritch Mirror matches aren't all that bad, yeah. Go on. That one. There we go. They can get Eldritch out. So that's about it. Change to attack. Activate, destroy a card. If a zombie was summoned, you can't use this one. And just for good measure. I think we attack him with this one because I can't remember what the other one is. Yep, there we go. And that means we actually clear the monster and finish it. Mandatory draw one. It is a mandatory. Okay. Today I learned. Anyway. Maybe that's all we need. We just let it go, like, we put whatever we have against just the Eldritch solo mode rather than that specific Trap Monsters one. What's the, Yeah, I do have my deck. Okay. So... I mean, this is just Eldritch. Possibly not the best Eldritch we could get. Right, this one's free because it's not a duel. So let's just claim that and open the gate. We've got the Eldritch icon. I found a new card pack, but I haven't, you know, haven't climbed up into Master. I can't just do that, you know. Okay, so I think 1, 2, 3, which leaves us with 5, but I think that's worth it. So let's see if we can beat this with Pearly Dark Dolls then. And we've unlocked this now as our own little testing one after we win this. It also... It's not 10 attempts, by the way. I don't particularly want to go first, but if we must. So they get Eldritch. I guess they're going to send one of these off. If you lose to the bot. Well, if I lose to the bot, I lose to the bot, you know. Set 3. That's strong. Pearly. Normal. Give me a thing. Well, one of those is a Pearly card. Pretty memory. And, yeah, just return those to the deck. So we activate this. We don't change Pretty Memory, but, you know, reveal, summon Sleepy. Summon Beauty, even. I can negate its effects, but I don't think that's particularly relevant. I kind of want to save the Lunar Eclipse. But maybe it's just better to use it. Okay, so we get this. And we can discard this, which would then allow us to summon it, right? Okay, we're understanding it correctly. And then we can do a Shadow Fusion. Or we could do a Noyatilis. Would I ever start over with Masochist? Absolutely not. Like, no. It sounds like hell. This gets us a Shadow. And while that doesn't solve the whole thing by itself, I think it's just what we need to do. I guess that's it. We might struggle against Eldritch, and if we struggle against Eldritch, we need to revise the deck. Or Eldritch is a real, you know, benchmark. What you're going to do with your streams when you finish it? We'll add the Shadol fusion back. This, that, and the other, I don't really know. I mean, I've made, like, YouTube videos on, like, how to build a deck and this and that and the other. I've streamed Night Rain while I've been playing it. Which, you know, does that. Elden Ring. Could do other Dark Souls. We're gonna lose to the bot. Oh no, okay, hold on. So, I mean, yeah, in this scenario, this one can't activate right now. So yeah, we just do this. They at least have to walk into it again. Which doesn't save us or anything. But we do get a Sleepy. Simo said he would. That's kind of crazy work. If that's what he wants to do, that's, you know, that's his thing, but I can't see myself starting this challenge over. Okay. Now, on the one hand, I am going up against Eldritch. On the other hand, I could probably change up the deck somewhat. Right. So... what Pearly do I want to end on? It's a quick effect if it has Pretty. This is a negate. This is defensive. And... so they don't actually have any I don't have any protection for them at the moment. I'm going to want to put Raigeki and Reborn in, probably, actually. But I could probably cut a few things down. That's Rota for a Shadol. It's sent to the graveyard by card effect. How many card effects do I have? This is an effect, this is an effect. That's all effect, but this is cost. Which works with the dangers. That one's cost. These are effects. Okay, let's just try that simple change, see how well that does. I still find it crazy that, like, you know... I mean, I'm, what? Probably going to be, like, at the end of this stream, approximately 400 hours into this challenge, right? And that's why I think it's just a little bit mental. Right. So we do that first. This second. We discard... This allows us to get a monster. I mean, we'd be getting Winder anyway. So... What are we using? Pretty. Then none of... I think we get this. Gets us the next copy of the field spell, I guess. Or, no, sorry, it gets us that one. Then we do this to target the spell engrave to make Pretty. And now we can make Construct. Wait. Oh. Right. Does it send for cost? Send for cost. And this is sent by card effect. So I could make Construct. Maybe, yeah, maybe the play currently is to just make Construct. Using Hand or Grave. No, okay. So it's 1 and 2. Lord Trent is 230 plus videos. Absolutely insane. Send Shadol from deck to grave, add a Shadol. So want the add first, and then the mill second, I think. Mill goes ahead. So in this scenario, we want... That's a send. Send to special. 3 cards. So yeah, we send this to the grave. And we add... ideally, Genius to the grave. Genius, rather. Because Genius is a Shadol name. So I could do that again. But I don't have another Pearly in deck. So... I think I just want to set this and go battle. And attack in. There's one. We would continue the attack here. And attack in. Okay, so that's 2-8. You could go into rated and get a rating if you wanted to drive yourself crazy. Yeah, that's the thing. This challenge is bad enough as is, honestly. And I kind of want to do this. This doesn't do anything anyway. So we're going to send another card, and we're going to attach this one. That feels like it was okay. And we can attach another one, so we want to attach the draw, which is this one. Yeah. So we get a draw in their standby phase, which gets us another name. We get to add Eldritch. This will get us to Shadol Fusion again, but it might not do it. Construct. Construct add. Okay, Construct adds that back anyway. That gets us a Shadol card from Grave. Which is something, but I don't know if it outs Eldritch. I don't really think it does, honestly. I mean, I could negate it for the turn, sure. It's not much, but why not? Okay. Because the attack gain was an in-hand effect, it doesn't negate. Right, so we lose that. But then we can get this one back. I think that is the one, because we have so many spells in the grave anyway. We can add this next field spell to hand, which is just discard fodder in hand size. Target a Shadol card in grave, add it to your hand. Can I add Construct back to hand? I don't think I can. But let's start and see what I can add. I can in fact return this to the extra deck. What would I return? This is a draw. That adds a Shadol. I guess I would do that. So, what do we have in the extra deck? We have two. We have you. Right. Okay, so the way we do this is... Oh, is that the only one we have? Wait. That's a little annoying. I can return cards to the hand. So let's do that. And we get to discard for it, but is it discard for cost? It's discard for cost. So we discard Nessie. Target this one. And target, I don't know, that one. Those go back to the hand. Nessie triggers, we get a danger from deck. We're going to add Mothman. So we're going to activate this. That's not what I... Okay. There's going to be a lot of trial and error. Right, I can't hit both Shadol names. Okay, and it's not like Genius is an attribute we can actually use anyway. How do we discard Thunderbird specifically? Right, we've got one special summon after we make Winder, so we do it like this. Yeah. Get us a Shadol. Oh, right, that, puts the odds back in their favour. So we put this back on the field. We set this, and then we use this deliberately to just discard a card and destroy something. Right. Maybe Eldritch is not the best test, or maybe this deck is not the best deck. There are a couple ways to it. That is their one special summon. That's a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I think I kinda have to do it. We're gonna put Eldritch here, we're gonna put Hound here. By a card effect. Yeah. This will not be a card effect. Well, they've only got one special summon. That is their special summon. And they're sending their own Eldritch. Oh, it's optional to special summon it. Okay. So they can either choose to pop, or they can choose to change the... Alright. Bye. How do I... Just... There we go. Book of Lunar Eclipse. Perfect. Yeah, they don't have an extra deck monster on the field. Surprise, surprise. $1,200 would be $1,200, but there is an Eldritch blocking the way. I'm not sure I can beat Eldritch with this deck. Either that or I am just playing it horribly, which is probably also true. Yeah, there goes the Shadol. Which means we get the fusion back anyway. We still have, like, a couple names in deck, but I also don't think we have any lights. And we have 7,100. There is every chance we die right now. Okay, not quite right now. Our opponent also isn't capable of something from the extra deck, which does mean Shadol Fusion is going to feel like a brick a lot more often than it should. The thing is, I've kind of cashed this in as one of my points. I do need to do that. Alright. Let's retry this bit of deck building. Changing it to beat Eldritch will not, like, fix every problem, but, like, if we just... maybe we do need some of the, generics that we had in once upon a time. Do we need the other ones? What Shadol fusions do we have? We have Grista, right? But we don't have Shekanaga? No. Does give us another way to make a Noyatilis. I feel like it is kind of suffering from bloat. But the thing is, you don't want to cut your monsters down to just like one-offs for the whole thing, because that is awful deck building. Is the 5 giving us anything specific in terms of advantage? I don't think it is. Just more bodies. Verte is being used for Shadol fusion. But if we can get to Verte without you getting through their negates and they have extra monsters on the field, I don't think that's the issue. Yeah, we still don't have a driver. I don't know. It feels weird. We'll give it another go before shelving it for a bit. Okay, so we started with a Kashtira, we started with 2 Pearly spells, which means we can do that. We have something to discard, but it is by card effect. Oh, these are by card effect. Which means we've got a body on the field as well. Right, so what have you put to the grave? So you've got Eldelixirs and 1 golden land. No. You have no golden lands, you just have Eldelixirs. Sent to the graveyard, banish a zombie, special a zombie. Okay. Right. Okay, so we're going second. We have decent cards. How do we actually do this? We start with Kashtira Ogre, because we drew a Kashtira monster. We then... I think I want to keep this one in hand, because I want to be able to attack and halve, right? And it's Rota. So, I want to do this. Oh yeah, I guess I haven't used my normal summon. Right, that is... So we do that. We discard for effect. We summon out... this one... Okay, I've clicked it anyway. We summon out this one from the deck. That specials. That checks the top 3. I should have picked the other one, but it is what it is. Okay, complete miss, that's fine. Summons. We can... You mentioned delicious memory. Happy memory. Reading. Nope. Cannot be destroyed by battle. For the sake of it, big guy. Discard, which is by card effect. And summon this out. Chain 1. Target 1 and 2. Chain 2. To get a card from decked hand. So we get this. Banish those. Activate. Activate this one. Get this one on the field. I can bounce cards to hand, right? That's your thing? Yeah. So you do that. Discard. And like 1 and 2. I can anima I mean, if I really want, I can transcode to take, or transverser to take control of it. How worth is it stealing their Eldritch? I feel like that's pretty worth. Because of an opponent's card that is unfortunate. Is what it is. Change to attack position. I want to banish one of the top 5 cards of your deck. I guess we're getting rid of this one. Less copies you have of that, the better. And we save the big attack for last. Okay, we didn't need it. Alright. I think we may have gotten a bit lucky. Top 5, please. That's searchable. Right, so they can hit over the Kashtira Ogre. Maybe we got a bit unlucky. We need to do 1500, I might not actually be able to do 1500, looking at this. They didn't attack. Why did you not attack? I don't have a zombie monster in hand. It's by card effect anyway. Game. And that is no longer game. Oh, it is. Slightly over. Okay. I am not so sure that this deck is great. I know we put a lot of time into it. But, it feels like we kind of got lucky. Rather than, like, you know, won that through skill. Anyway, we've had 10 wins in Diamond. We've dueled on, like, 5 different occasions. We've done 3 duels in the Eldritch solo mode. Practice duel, both versions of this duel. We've done 2 duels in the training challenge. Which leaves 5 in the tank, and I'm not actually sure what we should spend it on. Because that's just materials, which will eat up another 3. That's gems. We get legacy tickets from this one. Are there any strategies? We have some danger cards. Do you give danger cards? Gems. No, those are generic dark cards. You need your gems. You give the mate. You give the gems, and you give a generic dark card. Generic card. Right. Is there anything else that we're kind of close? I don't think there's anything we're particularly close to. This doesn't really give cards. I don't think this does. You probably don't? Presumably not, because you're taking place over, yeah, it's legacy tickets, right? Yeah, okay, so that one's not going to give anything. I don't feel like we have any of these, unless there are some decent S-Force cards from there. I know decent and S-Force cards don't really go in the same bit. But these are cards that I don't think we can get elsewhere. Or at least we'd have to be kind of lucky to get elsewhere, if I'm understanding correctly. Maybe. there's the Starry Night stuff, which we don't really have. Unless it gave you the dragon, it just wouldn't be worth it. And they're not going to put in, like, even a single copy of an ultra rare in a solo mode gate. But they might put a copy of a target in a solo mode gate. It's not the target, but it is a target. You know what? We will do... what? 3 duels? We'll do 2 duels in this one, and that saves us 3... yeah, that gives us like 3 to work with, if we can think of anything that's particularly interesting that we can do with it. So let's do the practice, and let's do the practice with the actual Starry Night cards. Because that gives us a target for the Starry Nights, otherwise we have to try and pull the dragon for this thing. As it is, we have like a few cards, but we just don't have the payoff. Yeah, we don't have this guy. Just follow the instructions, you can do it. Just the buttons glow yellow, and they're gonna... you can't actually screw these up anymore. I think they fixed it. Because I'm pretty sure there were ways you could break it. And that is just about enough. Alright, that's the easy bit. Now let's go with the other easy bit. After we actually read the cards and, you know, think about what they do, I guess. I mean, this gives us a lot more freedom to be just building and testing other decks. Generally. Right. So we've got Estelle, we've got the normal summon Searcher, we've got during your main phase you can feel like Fairy if you do add a dragon. We've already got the dragons. So let's put this for access, summon Search, and what do we need? So is that field spell? Return to the hand. I guess that is a negate and destroy. It just does destroy on summon, so why not? We got this in hand. So, second normal summon. And yeah, that's a quick effect destruction. We maintain extra normal summons. Well, you're a hard once, I guess, aren't you? You're not a hard once. Okay, that does surprise me somewhat. Sure. And then that should just be game. No. No, it's a little off. And now we need a way to put it back in the hand, which we don't have. But it's fine. They surely can't do anything. See? And there you go. Now we have Seiyaru, who is, you know, a Primite target, I guess, and works with the Starry Knights. It's part of the Dragon Pile, maybe. Right, I can't think of anything interesting to do with the other cards we have. So, let's have a look. What can we do to change this up? Like, it feels like we need more of these before it becomes playable. Which is a bit unfortunate. Oh, okay, we already had a copy anyway. And we had a couple copies of you, and now we have 4 copies of you. In terms of the cards we've received, it seems that I have chosen poorly. In terms of like the actual solo modes, I don't think so just yet. But yeah, what can we do? Because we only have like 1 copy of like Squamata, we have like 4 copies of Falco, but I don't think Falco is what's doing it. We're not really drawing the right combination of, you know, things. And I'm also fluffing up whether we have like Happy Memory for happiness or, you know, Delicious Memory pretty sleepy. Because I'm not familiar with Pearly. At least not playing it. I don't know. It feels like there's something in something here, but just not at the moment. Like, there are good hands, and I know that, like, there would be times where we went second and, you know, we have a Shadol fusion, which would be live instead of just being a brick in hand. We could unironically play Caius as a normal summon. I don't think that's a good idea. As much as I love Caius. Right, I said I could get rid of this one. So let's just delete that for the moment. Because that was a rebuild temporarily for testing purposes. I guess we just kind of go back on the ladder and just get to dueling. Oh yeah, I thought we were going to miss out on a couple streams this month. I think it might actually just be the one that we're scheduled to miss out on. So we have a bit more time than I thought. But I'm not quite sure how much that does or does not matter. Yeah, it is platinum and not gold, which means it's going to be more difficult to get wins. Just is what it is. I mean, if the sleeves are accurate, then I feel like we have problems. I'm not quite sure I can do anything against that going second. But at the moment they don't seem to be sure they can do anything going first, so maybe it trades out, maybe it's, you know, approximately even. There was no response from the game server. But victory. That feels weird. I'll take it, but that feels weird. There's no way they just surrendered off the bat. Okay, there is a chance they surrendered off the bat. Well, the sleeves were not accurate, but there was still a chance that we just have a problem with that. Let's open some Legacy Pack tickets. And we are starting in Platinum, so already it's 2 packs right off the bat. Nice Gemini. Another Hound, but that's not particularly important. Finishes off the playset, and we've already found that he's not the most relevant. Right. 2 Master Packs for a start. You know? I'm not going to say it's impressive or anything, but it is a start. Wing Blast. Dragunity. A new Inzexor, apparently. New Constellar. Couldn't even summon it. That's a shame. And that's not new. This is good, but it requires us to go through with plays. Wing Blast does discard, but it discards for cost. And if we're going to be discarding for cost anyway, we probably want quick play spells, so that it's live going first or going second. That was only pack 1. Pack 2. Like, I think the twin, what was it, the Book of Lunar Eclipse is a good card. Oh, that's the 3rd one. That's pretty good, actually. Light Swan and a Melfi card. And a Goki. I do think the Book of Lunar Eclipse are good. But I also think that, like, we just need more cards that discard for effect. Or we need more Pearly names. Do we bother putting in the extra one? It does require the opponent to summon from the extra deck. Does bounce it to the extra deck. Does it target? It targets. This doesn't. Nope, not you. This doesn't. It's not a negate. I mean, we could just put the extra one in. What, Wing Blast is good going second? I mean, it could be, but by virtue of being a trap, it's just less immediate. And we kind of need that, oh no, the Starry Night, yeah. We're already playing 2, it was just working out if we played the 3rd one. But why not? We're only on 46 cards. 46 is reasonable still. The hand is fine. Yeah, the hand is fine. The hand is great. The hand is fantastic. What could they think I was on? Do Ryziel have waters? Oh, they're on Exodia. They're just like, we're 2 for 2 on people playing Exodia. And yeah, they went second, so that will be the end of the game, probably. Right, well, let's go back for the Master Packs then. 2 more, please. Another Vanadium, but we kind of need these in... Oh wait, this one summons a generic Vanadium tuner. This doesn't require to summon itself. That's pretty good. It doesn't, like, make the collection we have, you know, great or anything, but it's good. It's probably the best one we could have. Targets a Bestial. Ooh, but that's not a bad one. We only have the 4 Bestials, but maybe at some point. That's a Gemini, and that is just a singular attack negate. Not particularly worth it. But that is a good branded trap. I don't think we put it in just any deck, but maybe we put it in like a dragon deck that we're playing. From the other game that, well, one of the other games that Konami does. Okay, and what about you? That is one we do not have. And that is really good, with the exception of we don't have this little, you know, we don't have the sewage in. Gate Guardian feels like it's something that could be pretty close. But at the moment, we are just short, like, having sewage in. If we pick up a sewage in, it's worth looking into. But until then, I don't think so. Because then we're trying to substitute names, and I don't think you can substitute names for a contact fusion. Get to choose first again. Do we go 3 for 3 on people who are playing at least, you know, a piece of Exodia? Or the 5 pieces, rather. Okay, it's a hand. We've got 40, 15, which is, you know, pretty much standard deck size. We definitely start with this, because, you know, there's a chance they just negate it anyway. And there's also a chance that they do that. Okay. So, in this instance, we add this one. And we're going to put you back in the deck. Special Summon Ogre. Normal Summon Witch. Witch to search. You would have used Ash Blossom if you had it, I would have thought. So you could have an Imperm. It's not a hell of an end board, but it's something. They've managed to discard a card for no real effect. We've still got a negate. Get access to Lopter, which is then access to a few things. They are fusion summoning though. I don't really know what I have for that. There's the Ash. That's okay. Kinda has to be, but it also means they can't use the Ash Blossom as fusion material. And they are then allowed to fusion summon. Question is, do you use any darks? You'd use one for our Thalion. One. Oh, they can just recycle their hand traps even if they didn't fuse with them. I kind of forgot about that. Okay. Then, like 2, 3, and 4 or something like that. And then you got that one. And you got this one. Yeah. We're going to take a look at those top 5 cards. And we're going to banish that level 3 from your grave. Surely this will do something. Pan, Herm, Vela, Albaz, Ash. Let's get rid of Albaz. I don't know how many copies you're going to play, whether Draco Tail is the small part or whether Branded is the small part. It does have to fusion summon a Draco Tail monster at the very least, but that's kind of about it. Oh, it's fixed and gated. Shame. Now you have a fuse from deck. I am down to probably Lopter and a Dream, really. Like, it was good to get them to hand loot themselves for that one, but... okay. Yeah, 2800. Which, it clears this anyway, but... yeah, okay. I guess I'll make you do the battle at least, you know? You're gonna clear my monsters anyway, but you're gonna actually have to hit them to do it. You're not gonna pop them. I don't think... yeah, I don't really think I'm getting out of this one. But it's alright. We just have a looky. We see. And yeah, of course, haven't used the main effect of it yet. No, we're not doing that. What do we think we can top deck? Yeah, I don't quite think that's it. What if I were to not, you know, be on the field any longer? Well, small mercies. We'll just put it in the same zone. The thing is, they don't actually have to be scared of anything. Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Oh yeah, right. Hold on. There is just one thing. We went into the solo mode for a very specific reason. And what am I possibly cutting for these? I think we just drop it down to 47. Because these aren't quick plays. Is that about the same number of spell traps? I think it is. That's 5. That's... I've got like one more trap card than spell card. We are primarily going first deck anyway. But that seems a good balance. Pardon me. Right, see if we can make it any different. Indeed, we get to choose the coin toss again. We've had startlingly good luck so far with that. Well, you put it in the deck, you are going to see it. Them's the rules. Right, Lopter. Lopter effect. Okay, it goes through. Ballad effect. Get the Lopter back. That also goes through. Okay, it's not much, but it's something. We have Lopter be able to tag into anything. Generator. We have Solemn, and we have a Compulse. They're on standard deck size. And for follow-up, we have Raigeki and Abyssial. Lava Golem. Interesting. Lightning Storm. Interesting. Fun games, you know? This is what we're here for. So this is just game. Because I believe they can just, like, add any equip spell, right? Or something like that. You make the 3. You can add an equip spell from your deck or graveyard to your hand. It is just the double-edged sword, and it can make 2 attacks. It's a fun and interactive game. I swear it. That wasn't all that bad a turn against an average deck. Unfortunately, Mekanko is not the average deck, is it now? It's alright. We got the whole month. We've started in Platinum. That's a whole lot less work that we have to do. We cannot lose a coin toss, apparently. Well, you know it, you love it. It's apparently the one card people hate to see for some reason. And I kind of understand why, you know. Ash Blossom. I mean, that's fine. That is one less card that you have in your hand. Monster Negate, Monster Steal. Seems good. I'm stealing that. You may send a tear to the grave, but you are not fusing with the Rhino Heart. Let's kick Colossus. I mean, like, I've got to hit it, right? I've got to get rid of it. There's no way I don't. It is specifically by card effect, but I also probably want to just keep it hostage on my side of the field. Yeah, you don't know that it's a banished Tearlament name. It's a banished card, yes. It is a face-down banished Tearlament, as in we saw it earlier, but... Ah, bugger. These aren't monster effects. And cannot be destroyed by card effects that do not target them. This is going to be annoying. At the very least, this goes to their graveyard, not by a card effect. I think they could have done that, but they just wouldn't have been able to make anything. Right, now the interesting part. How do we out Horus? Because I think the answer is we don't. We've got Trap Fix, Trap Hole, Nightmare, and we've got Starry Dragon Cycle. If they make a rank 8, we can use Starry Dragon Cycle on that, and we can nab the Imseti from their grave, right? Sending Deshudo. Send that to summon it. I don't think they're even going to make an Xyz. I think they are just going to hit me for game. Yep. It was the best of hands. It was the worst of hands. But unless you have, like, MST for it, I don't really know how you beat the Sark. And please use MST as a stand-in for spell trap removal, because I feel like that should just be a known at this point. I don't have actual MST, but I do have Overlords. I have Cosmic. And that's probably about it. If Fenrir gets a chance to attack, Fenrir technically does it as well. Is it just trap deck? They are on 41 cards. I don't think Impulse is going to be of much use here. Trap Trick. What are you setting? Indeed. What can I do for this? Fewer monsters is better. That's always the conditions. Iron Thunder is not going to be great. Gravedigger's Trap Hole. You're assuming I'm going to activate a monster effect in the hand. Right, so we do this. If you stop it, that's, like, fine. We get this, and I think we just put the Valor back in deck. We're not going to be using the in-hand effect anyway, so it's just normal summon. With both down at 77, I know you can't use this, it's got to be one of these two. I mean, it could be the in-hand. I should have put him over here for the Iron Thunder. There's a chance they set something to this column. Okay. 300 damage is 300 damage. I guess I'll leave it at that. Like, there's not much reason to do much of anything. At the moment, they haven't found their reflexive traps. I expect the strategy is just hard burn. It's unfortunate. Okay, so they probably don't have any monsters. Why not? They currently don't have a way to punish the Lopter on field. That's the best they have. So let's just put Har on the field. If you get a monster, you're not getting it. Not that the deck, I think, plays a monster. Secret Blast, Mahama. I mean, you can add the Mahama, but you're sending it immediately. Unless you have a second Mahama. Send Mahama. Okay, they've kept the Mahama. If your opponent controls a card, you can activate this from the hand. I think that's what we're doing, right? Ring of Destruction. No, I don't think I can let them do that. I know it puts me into a dangerous position against them. Very dangerous position. But I think I have to. It does depend a little bit on what this last card in their hand is. Or not the last card in hand, sorry, the last card on field. We know what the last card in hand is. It is an effect to special summon itself. It'd be nice if I could use the Dominus. It's fine. It's not. If your opponent controls a card, when a card or effect is activated during your opponent's turn when either player takes... I guess it's due to battle phase rulings. That's the only thing I can think of it being. And that actually could be the end of the game for us. That is the other thing. I can't allow a card to go to the graveyard, like, at all. Which includes Monster Reborn. Yeah, there it is. Fucking hell. Damage set rulings. My nemesis. Well, they're not really my nemesis, but that just sucks. It's a solemn card. It should just negate it. What do you mean it was done like during weird battle phase shenanigans? It stops a summon. I'm still being able to choose to go first. I guess there was the duel just gone, but that didn't really matter whether we went first or second, so... You know. Yugioh does have some strange rulings. It also has some strange win conditions. Are we 3 for 3 on people basically insta-scooping with Exodia? Let's find out. No, but it's basically an FTK anyway. 2 people with an FTK, 1 person who just didn't think they could cut it, you know? I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Dark Flare Knight. That's an absolutely not. Ectoplasma. If we ever really want to be on burn. Desk Kangaroo. I mean, we could use this with Generator. Like, it's really bad, but you could tribute off the spare tokens if you have any. It gets worse if you don't have spare tokens, which of course means that, you know, your opponent hasn't played the game, and you're doing a lot better. It is a win more. Right, 2 Master Packs. First up, we have Trap Monster, a card that desperately needs any kind of support around the person using it. Although, I think Luna got support, it was just awful. And this one has an ultra rare. Ooh. It does indeed have an ultra rare. Slip of Fortune, which is a battle trap we don't need. It's good to have more copies of Sidra. We have all copies of this. Excuse you? Until the end of your opponent's next main phase 1. So this is a weird, like, I don't know, Lyrilisk support kind of deal? Flu? Just regular. Shame. Cypher Blade Dragon. You can also use it by using a rank 8 Galaxy Eyes. Once per turn, detach, target, destroy. It is pretty good. But we kinda need Cypher Dragon, is like the one you want. Yeah, you kind of want to use Cypher Dragon to steal it, make its name become Cypher Dragon, because I think that's what then allows you to... Well, no, it isn't a rank 8. Good card. Not sure if we can use it. Weird card. Don't know if we can use it. Oh yeah, right, we probably have a, like, ticket or something. Yeah, let's claim that. There we go. We have a ticket for the next win. Because additional mission rewards for some reason. On with the next one. Right. And we get to choose first or second. It seems that this is just how it's going to be, you know? We're going to choose to go first most of the time, just because that's how it goes. We've got the field spell in 2 different ways, which is really good. Especially because this is, yeah, they've activated Ash, which means we should get the field spell next turn. So we set 1, 2, and 3. And we do Metaverse in draw phase. If we have to use boss fight later on, we will, but we would rather get Metaverse to go through. Most people are going to draw a card at some point during their turn, or add a card from their deck to their hand at some point during their turn. Is it Malice? No. But they are adding a card from deck to hand. There's a Luba. Right. I would like Ha, be it an Omni Negate, you know? Although, we don't have anything, so I think we do this. They can still imperm us. So, if they imperm us, they do, you know? But apparently they don't. Which means we have an Omni Negate. And a Monster Negate. There's a Luba. And no. We would rather it just stay in the deck in the first place. And apparently that's enough. Alright. It's a weird day. It's a weird day for duels, I'll say that. Right. Let's do our legacy tickets, and then we'll do the Darkest Magics ticket. Can't follow the spreadsheet? I'll quit. Yes. That is exactly what it is. Elephant statue, which we've already got. New card is Machinist Soldier, but I mean, we could make use of that, but it's just so laughably bad. We got a free pack. Wow. We'll definitely get something playable in this one. It's not like the whole deck revolves around an ultra rare we can't get. Wow. It's not Dark Magician. Just pull the best cards. Yeah, just pull the focus of the deck, you know? That's mildly interesting, actually. We have Ragnar 0. So we have the rank up target. Which means we can now search level 5 water monsters. Even better for the shark deck. Yeah, we have 7th Tachyon. Like, that's exactly what it is. But we're not going to replace the current one with it. The reason we're using our current 7th Tachyon target is because it can search Opta. Because it's level 4 fairy. Or rank 4 fairy in this case, really. But, you know, same sort of thing. But yeah, that actually is like pretty good for sharks. It will give us a second option. Assault mode for a card that just won't be used. Another Guardian Slime, but we don't have Egyptian Gods. And Salamangrate card. I don't think we really have a viable Cyburst pile. In terms of number of cards, yes. In terms of quality of cards, probably not. Which is just generally the case with the collection, you know? That's... ooh, a second Cosmic. I think that just goes in. Olenoids is good, but Cosmic is better. If you pulled a Dark Magician, would you consider playing it? I would consider. Because we have a good amount of Dark Magician support. It's not enough to make it, like, the best thing we have. I still think this is a better list than Dark Magician overall. But... where is it? So, if you take a look, we have the Searcher, we have like a decent consistency tool, a way to get to it, we have the Magician Girl, we of course have the Battle Trap, we have a couple of fusions, removal, a way to get to our said fusions, and most importantly really, Eternal Soul. Plus, I believe we have the Field Spell, so we technically have a way to get to Eternal Soul as well. Which, that wouldn't work with Metaverse, I believe. No, it does, because it says activate it. Although it's when you can, so Metaverse would have to be chaining 1. But the point being, like, we actually have things if we pull Dark Magician. But the problem is, these are gifts, we can't use these. And he's an ultra rare. We're just not going to. But yeah, we have Ragnar 0 and we're currently playing it. We have the 7th one. I don't think it's worth playing in this deck. We also have Numeron Magic. What's your materials? It is 2 level 4s. And what's the difference between you? So, target a face-up monster, inflict damage. And if you do, banish it. But it still needs a difference. So there's not actually that much of a reason. It's a cool pull, but it's not an instant think about. Unless we start playing Clockwork Knight again. Because that is just a good card with Clockwork Knight. And we get to go first again. Wow. They really like us today. Like, we've lost, what, 1 coin toss today? Against Burn, which meant it didn't really matter that we went second anyways. This is a hand where it kind of matters. This is a much better going second. I'm gonna just leave it. We have a Charmy. That's gonna have to be enough. If it gets ashed, it gets ashed, you know. It doesn't get ashed. Charmy in a Dream. The opponent is not going to give us a single draw. Good. Really good. Can we get a good card? We can. The question is, what do they have? Because in theory, it is just Trap Tricks. So let's do it. This one. Bonus Purge. Well, that would have stopped the ad, not that that's super relevant. I believe our fusion is only summonable with Mass Change, right? Must, yeah. But I would still kind of like for this search to go through. I just don't know what they're... Okay, it goes through. That's good. So... I think we do this in battle phase, right? Going for the attack. 100-point poke, it's very important. How much are you? You're also 24. Yeah, sure, we'll do it now. I think they will still have the chance to respond. But if they use a trap hole to get rid of the Dark Claw, then we do have a Druidess that we can use. They will have a monster on the field. Fusion. Do I still resolve that as much as possible? I do. There is no applicable card because they're called fusions. That is unfortunate. I guess we're gonna Bestial. And we're gonna hit it anyway. Right. That's not exactly where we wanted to end up, but on the other hand, it's a lot better than just getting snowballed by Trap Tricks. Although, what do they have in hand? They haven't really revealed it. Yeah, that's what they had. We've got Monster Reborn, and that's it. We have a 2500, which is big enough. It wasn't summoned this turn, which is really good. It's just about, can they get rid of it in any way? You know, that might do it. Though it depends on what they use the Exceed for. Two plus monster include. That could do it. What, pray tell, are you doing? Because I don't have a lot. Target Trap Tricks in your grave and special it. If a normal trap is activated, you can special Trap Tricks with a different name. Oh no, that'll be an on-field thing, won't it? Okay. Oh, it's just so they can set another hole. I mean, I don't think that currently matters. Maybe I'm going to be proven wrong. When a monster special summoned this turn activates its effect, which is not relevant. Presumably that one's not relevant either, because this, again, wasn't summoned this turn. That's a rank 4. You know what a rank 4 isn't? A Link 3. Although they could still do it. I guess Gravediggers, right? That's why they've done it. So are you doing? Detach, add. Okay. And they're just gonna crash it. You... Wait. Wait. Fuck me. I mean, I've got to do it, right? No. Are you not playing Gravediggers? Or is it... No, it's going to be Battle Phase Warlings again, isn't it? So I can just res this. But I don't know what that other one is. I am here. I'm streaming. My connection is not that bad. Stop it. Come on. Let me play the game. Right, so we're going to normal summon. Now you are a Trap Tricks player. Do you have something that stops the normal summon? No. Monster Reborn. I could get something from your graveyard. No, I'm going to get something from mine. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't. I don't need to activate an effect. At least not on field. So you could have, like, Trap Hole of Spikes. We wait. This sets a Trap Tricks. That's okay. Holotea. Okay. Well, this seems to be going as I kind of want it. 1500 is not the biggest, but if they can't get a... Well, oh yeah, it's 25. But if they can't find a monster, that might just be enough. Oh wait, no, they got Holotea. Normal summon, you can add Trap Tricks Garden. That's pretty bad for me. What did you set? You set Trap Tricks Trap Hole Nightmare, which means if I do summon her... Yeah, he's kind of doomed. This does protect him from battle. Once per turn. The question is... Could I just, like, special summon? That's okay. From deck, with a different name than the cards you control. So that happens. Then in theory they do Pudica. Because it does target. They don't do Pudica. Target Trap Tricks in your grave, special in defense, okay? Because, yeah, what the theory is we trade out Lopter for Ha, but we just don't use Ha's effects. They don't like you summoning monsters, but after they're on the field, Trap Tricks don't have the most removal for them. Redoer. That's a choice. I mean, I get it. I do get it back. You'll get the card after Redoer. So that's fine by me. Yeah, that's 3200. I can live with that. Right. Now you get the top card of the deck, which, granted, I should be a little bit scared about. Redoer is not an easy thing to deal with. What are you adding from my deck? Boss stage. Of course, it's boss stage. It's fine. we just go battle. This isn't anything, and I know what this is. So it's basically Redoer. 700. It's going to take a long time, but we could get there. It also does require that they don't get a trap to attach to Redoer, and that they don't draw into something that outs, you know, my one Lopter. I can't summon Valor because Valor just gets hit by the Trap Trick Trap Hole Nightmare, or if I do summon the Valor, it just exists as body. Why did you do that? You twat. That's okay. As long as you don't... What is it with you and attaching trap cards? I have many monsters in my deck. I've been through a good few spells. Can't you hit some of the monsters? They kind of just have it. I have so many monsters. Can't you just hit one of them? What do you mean you're going to hit one of my traps? It's only funny when I do it. I love Redoer. He's just a funny guy. Oh, would you look at that? We lost a coin toss. Record it now. It's only the second one we've lost this month. We've played a few games already. A lot of losses, but we've played a few. The hand could be a little bit better. They're on 48. 47. I do not like my odds. Cards cannot be set. No, it's not that one. It's the other one, I guess. A lot of these cards start to look the same. Can that one be used? You can set this. No. If this card is normal, special summon, send it Sinful Spoils or Diabell. It's turn 1. You have free reign. I don't know what your deck does, nor what the cards in your hand do, really. At least, not to the degree I should to be able to tell you that this is bad or this is fine. It's not to activate a monster effect, that is just going to sit there. Set 3. I don't think this Tactics is going to be online. If the last card is Ash, that would be fantastic. You don't have a White Forest 10, I do believe. I think that's something you're missing. I guess in this case I put back... on the off chance it's a Bestial. We want to get Condemned Witch. Normal summon, search. There's a Veiler. Good stuff. Okay, it works. Which means we now have a 10 synchro. Yay. It is Rose Dragon, right? Yeah. Which doesn't matter to me, honestly. I'm locked into Xyz. I have played myself. I should kind of just treat 7th Tachyon as a searcher, and that is about it. I mean, it still goes through. I'm a little confused at what you're trying to do. Just lessen the damage. That's fair. It's only negated for, like, the turn, though, isn't it? You can have it back. I was just kidding. I definitely knew about the restriction on my own cards and have not played into it before, ever. I should probably... Oh, okay. Thank you. Anyway, let's go grab Lopter. And then, given that they don't have anything, let's use Lopter. And get ourselves a Valor. And Valor can bring back the Lopter. And then we have plays set up for next turn. They can hit the Synchron, I guess, you know? What are you thinking on? There's nothing that activates at this stage. Alright, we misplayed, but it's like, it's fine, because we got what we needed. So, change this to attack, change this to attack. I'm gonna tribute Valor for effect. Someone with a different name, it's Imperm. That is A-OK. Because now we just use Valor. And now Valor just serves as a beat stick. And they can't really stop it. We could also keep our beat stick and drop their one monster. You can send a spell trap from your hand or field to the grave to special summon it from your hand. So this really does put you on better habit. I think we just use the Valor. You're down to one card. I have a monster negate, I have a monster negate, I have a summon negate. And Lopter can also just tag into one of his fellows from the deck, so I think we're good. I mean, even if it's like Lightning Storm or something like that, we just tribute off the Lopter. Roll and knock. Yeah, happens. Just turn it off. Fantastically played Duel on both ends, of course. Right. Well, another win. Couple more packs. It's going fine. What do you mean I have a Darkest Magic's ticket? I used a Darkest Magic's ticket. Did I just earn one? Did I just earn another one? Oh well. See if we can pull Dark Magician. That's Ishizu support. That is Dark Magician support. That is AI support. And look at that. They're all cards we already own. Think you earned another one? I guess. Must have done. It makes Dark Magician better for when we never get to play it, you know? What about the Master Packs? What do you have in stock for us? Yep, Form Power that we already have. Salamangreat, which we don't. White support. Cards. That's terrible. I mean, it's like, it's a blocker, but that's about it. This one's good, because, you know, White Aura Whale is a hell of a card. But even then, I think you'd rather just play Goatee, and I'm not actually sure how much that card does. Deerbound, Earthbound Linewalker, another Labyrinth Archfiend is pretty good. This is very good. That just goes in any Go second deck we have under the sun. Right, okay, I guess on with the next one. Do we bother with that in the main deck? I don't think we bother with it in our main deck. What do we have for going second currently? We have 2 Chalice, 2 Cosmic, I guess, Dark Ruler and Raigeki. Sometimes Triple Attack. Second copy, 1 copy. Yeah, we don't really want to put it in for going first. It's good removal, really good removal, but like, it is worse going first than like half the other cards. Because, okay, this one's pure going second. That one's pure going second. If we get hand trapped, that's good. If we get hand trapped, that can probably also help us. That is literally a searcher. Follow up all of these ones, and then, you know, it's disruption. And of course the field spell is the deck. The monster count you don't really need to think about. So I think it goes in any deck that wants to go second, we use it. So yeah, we should probably make it like just a Kaiju good stuff go in second deck at some point. Because we have enough Kaijus. We have Raigeki, Dark Ruler, that one. We have like the Lightning Vortex. I think we have things we can do with it. I think the Master Duel has a duel to get us to. Pretty pleased. It's not my connection that's bad, I can see that. No response from the game server. Yep. Masochist Blind going second. Interesting. I mean, if you just have enough cards that are go second cards, then, you know, it's no different from Constructed, right? Like, maybe the ratio is a little different, but I have the feeling that, like, you know, Alpha, Fenrir, and Kaijus are still going to do pretty well. But we're not doing that right now, are we? We are summoning Kashtira Ogre. Okay, that didn't get hit by anything, so let's try this. And see if we can summon the Nidhogg back. We can. Okay, so we have a monster negate. Yeah, also you're Charmy for going second. But, I mean, you just have to play it, right? Like, I feel like any of these are kind of, maybe with the exception of Meow's, mandatory includes. I know we're looking at a very sturdy end board here. Are they doing the FTK? They're doing the FTK. They're not going to get to the FTK. Well, that's fine. Because that's not the thing that has the effect. No, it's the FTK. They have Trap Trick. They have a 9-card extra. It's going to be Utopia double. In theory. Or if I misremembered. No, there you go. It's Utopia, adds a rank up, which ranks up into the Xyz, I guess? 5 card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We missed all of them. Who cares? But yeah, they use the rank up, they make the 12, they use the 12 to summon out. Give it a minute. I think it's a 12 anyway, but it's the one that tags out like numbers from the extra. There you go. And this will just stop it. We're going to detach Valor first. And we're going to negate this one, because it's already used it, and this one. There you go. Congrats, you can't summon out both monsters anymore. They don't necessarily win the game, like, they don't necessarily lose the game, but it's not the FTK anymore. Yeah, there you go. And, like, it could have been an Onomat player, but there are, like, no. No. I'm surprised it's still around. It just, like, it wouldn't be so hard to get rid of it, right? All you need to do is to get rid of, like, either the dark number monster that it summons, or you just get rid of the trap card, right? Because I'm pretty sure there aren't that many cards that do that thing. And, like, Mystic Walk exists, but you just, like, it's not searchable. Like, that's the reason why you're using the trap card. And, yeah, these are not particularly great overall. This is fun, but, like, FTK really isn't a problem, that's why they haven't hit it. Yeah, it's not a problem. I'm just, like, it's been around, I think, since, like, day 1, right? But it's just, you know, still here because reasons. Crane, that's a level 3 thing. Well, rank 3. Gold Pride card that we already have. Couldn't be something different, could it? What happened to getting new cards? There are so many ultra rares we don't have. Like, even if it's a, like, awful other ultra rare, like, you know, it could be something new. That's our 15th Kaiju of Yugioh, I think. That's a new Mekanko. If either player, you can add a trap. There are over 9k cards in this game. There are over 10. I mean, well, there's over 10 in the base game, right? I don't think there are... There's 9,000 in this, but not everything that's in the Master Pack is everything that's in the game. You got the Legacy Pack as well. And then I don't think there's any crossover. If you take a look at that, that's 13,000 total. There might be a little bit of crossover. Like, okay, you can't look at how to get it. There's going to be some crossover with this, right? Between, like, the Legacy Pack and the Master Pack. But it's, like, easily 10,000, probably closer to 11,000 if you ignore, like, crossover things. Because I'm pretty sure digital books have a pack. So you're going to be able to get this from that pack. Just as an example. But, like, yeah, you're looking at pretty easily over 11. And yeah, surprisingly, that doesn't change up the deck all that much. Well, all that much. It doesn't. Yeah, that's our 5th Yugioh. But we do actually have, like, we have 3 Radiant, 3 Thunder King, 2 Gardala, and 3 Jizukiru, which puts us on 11 Kaijus plus 3 Waterfront. So I think we could actually play, like, the proper Go second deck, given the fact we also have Alpha, Kashtira, the Bestials, and such. They're not actually... Oh yeah, not everything in the Legacy pack is available in, you know, the actual regular packs. You're right, the Shaddoll pack does not contain Shaddoll Hedgehog, because reasons. Doesn't really make any sense. It's why they put the rule in Master Saga that you could just, you know, you can craft a card from anywhere. Because, oh dear, like, this Shaddoll deck is looking playable, but I don't have this card that I need because it's locked behind such and such. Well, if the deck's right, I really don't want to use this. Setting a card. I like this. Not that it would have done anything anyway, but it's mildly funny. I kinda have to use boss fight. I don't want to, but I really need to. Well, the activation goes through. Now, did you draw an Ash Blossom? Or did you just hold it for this? You could be... Wonder if DZ would ever win a season of Saga. I think he probably could. Like, he doesn't play awfully all the time, you know? Everyone makes misplays on that, right? What were you bricked on? Everything? You were playing VS K9, you just drew the worst hand known to man. Okay. Good to know. But yeah, I reckon he could. I just don't think it's gonna happen as... I don't... well, how to put it? I just think it's gonna be slightly difficult. Like, just, yeah, put it as it is. He seems to have, like, halfway decent pack luck. But he's also gotta, you know, beat himself before he, you know, tries to even think about, you know, dueling his opponents, it seems. Don't really mean to, like, you know, say that as an insult, it's just, like, it feels halfway true, you know? So often that there are just, like, misplays left, right, and center, and, like, it was especially, like, obvious on Team Saga, wasn't it? This is decent, but I don't think we have fish. Extra Wicked Witch is pretty cool, though. Cosmo gets ever more cards. I mean, even if we were able to do Constructed Cosmo, I don't think it's making it out of plat in the current day. That's not bad for Scareclaw, but we don't have Scareclaw. So we're going to have to be content with just, we've opened 2 packs and getting back to it. Right. We actually managed to rank up. Not saying we'll stay here for the whole time, but, you know, hey, that's neat. We get to win a coin toss. But also with, like, what was it, DZ winning a Saga, there was also the same thing around, what is it, Joe, Hardlike Joe, winning a series of Chaos Draft. Came up with this cool draft series, came up with the rules and everything, invited a whole bunch of people on. I don't think he ever won one of his own series. Or at least, I don't remember if he did or not. Ash Blossom. Okay. I mean, I didn't have any monster to put out anyway, so I think that was correct. I can now just hopefully steal yours and synchro with it. That's the plan, which means a 5, a 6, an 8, or a 10. That is a 2. Vanishes for cost. It can come back, but, like, I think that's fine. Because they still need to put something else on the field. And apparently they can't. Would you like to know what Hardleg's going to use for ladder climb this month? Or would like to know. The next deck is Speedroids, which is public info. I guess we're going to punch this. Really high-octane duel right here. But yeah, next, like, March ladder climb is Speedroids, which is public info. He's, done a stream testing it. I think not... It might be last week. Yeah. What are the odds that's everything for them? Let's negate it. And let's then try and steal it. Sweet. The gameplay is unreal. That's not really anything. What does this make? It makes Transverser. You know, for favor of having interaction. Yeah, you don't have 3 fish in your grave, so we're just gonna... Alright, let's start getting damage. We have a special summon negate. Exactly 1. And that's it. They got another one. Ah. Okay, if this card is banished, you can banish this target of fish in your grave, banish it. You can banish special summon this card. No, they got a big enough body. What is it? Is it a tuner? It's not a tuner. They are just going to hit Nidhogg. Damn it. I think my life is forfeit. This is now... So yeah, this is coming back. And that's also coming back. And I don't have anything. That was so bad. What do you mean I can't draw a single playable card? We got the opening hand and then just big monster. Alright, come on. Hey, we get to choose. We've done a lot of choosing firsts this stream. I'm not sure how much it's mattered for the win rate. It feels like it has been important for a couple of them. I'll say it probably matters for this one. I didn't know there were imperm sleeves available at any time, but neat. Such ease. Okay, that goes through. Normal summon. You had 3 Exodias. Well, I had Exodia, and then Numeron. No, not Numeron. what is it? Utopia FTK. So okay, that's fine. I can still just get Lopter back next turn. Right. I've learnt my lesson about Iron Thunder. It's going under Fenrir. Because I believe that's the way you do it. Some of these people you have to remember were Diamond last month. Yeah, I remember that. Everyone in Plat today was probably in Diamond last month. There's probably, like, there's maybe a couple guys who've ranked up from Gold, but, like, overall, it's going to be, you know... I think I'm okay with that, but I am going to get for the Omni Negate now. Because now we have a Fenrir advantage, we have an Omni Negate, and if they do get to another monster, they can send it. Add it to your hand or send it to the grave. Okay. So, please... you know, send monster to grave. We're going to wait to see what happens. They're going to send Nib to the grave. It's fine. Set an Apophis. I mean, it's the field zone. I don't think that's really going to, you know, blow up the field, but that's fine. That's probably about as good a place to use it as I get. Two set cards. 3 set cards. That's probably going to hurt. I have an Omni Negate, I have a Fenrir. And I couldn't tag out for something. So what if we do it like this? They can negate the Lopter, and that would be okay. Okay, you do need to control another continuous trap. That's where we stop it. Don't know what the last one is. But that is definitely the way to do it, because that goes, then they can't actually negate anything. You don't control another continuous trap. So, we're just going to get Nidhogg from the deck. And then we're going to do Valor in Grave. I'm going to pitch this. We're going to bring back the Valor. And then Valor is going to bring back Har. And then we're just going to go to battle phase. Going to attack. And we're going to banish this one face down. And I believe that's just the game, unless your last card is crazy. That is the game. There we go. We can beat Man with the Mark, sometimes. If we go first and get a good hand. It is just a little bit of a prerequisite, you know? 6 whole Legacy tickets? That's a lot. That's 12 cards. Which we've established can be very, very much underwhelming. Like Wall of Illusion again. Inferno, Raccoon. This is a good card. It is good for like Pendulum Piles. we are not close to building anything near a good pendulum pile. Stun card, really. Transplant, also kind of a stun card. And yeah, the rest of those are not really worth it. Like, Extranet, Transplant, and Hunshi are probably the best 3 cards in this pretty easily. And even then, changing the attribute of every monster on the field is not quite as good as changing the type, in my humble opinion. We've got an ultra rare. Could be just about anything. We've got 2 ultra rares. That works with the Supreme King stuff we have, which means we can search out a level 4 pendulum. I think it's a light dragon that we can search. Oral Sword. That is a game ender. But it does take 3+ effects, specifically. Can't be destroyed by battle. Target an attack, change it to defense. This can make a second attack. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. Declares an attack equal to half. It is pretty damn good. But I feel like if we get into the position where we can make Oral Sword, we're winning, right? With our kind of a deck. In a regular deck, I think it's much more easy to just say, yeah, you got to think about it, right? But in ours, I don't know. Insect support, Fiendsmith card. We're only, 5 billion ultras from actually playing the deck. And Doodlebug, which is dinosaur. Yeah. We need Doodle Beast, and I believe super rare and ultra rare, so that's not happening. Boss Bite is neat, but it's not amazing. Who's that down there? I've always noticed that there's this little guy down here, but I don't actually have any idea who that's supposed to be. If it's even a relevant character. Right. I guess checking the extract, do we have space for a Boral Sword? Because... what's the thing? We're making this as a big, boss monster. At the end of a thing. So, they are the same kind of function. It is slightly easier to make Zerboros. They both take effect monsters, but realistically, we're going to be making it with 3. We only have a link to it highest anyway. Right. The thing is, this is a field wipe. It gains attack per banish. We have a couple small things that banish. Not many. No, not many at all, actually. We have this, we have the Fenrir and the Ogre, we have the Bestials, Chaos Mirage, and Ugada. Well, that's what we have in terms of banishment. This is rarely summoned. I'll say that. That's a very easy card to say this is rarely summoned. The thing is... this is such a great tuner, and if this is summoned, it does kind of just stick. Quick effect, monsters you control cannot be destroyed or banished by your opponent's card effects. Then if you activate it in response to their card, you can banish that. Which is only really bad against, exactly Goatee. Otherwise, you're just banishing something that they intend to use for one resource or other. Banishing a Tearlament name, or banishing, a Draco Tail name. Banishing the Draco Tail spell traps is pretty cool. Actually, hold on. That's mildly relevant. We have a Draco Tail card. In your opponent's graveyard. How do you read? Face-up monsters you control cannot be destroyed or banished by your opponent's card effects. Target an attack position. So that would get around it anyway. I feel like these other things would probably also get around it. They could probably just do it with chain links. I don't ever summon this, really. But, like, it's what I'm supposed to summon. Because you use Yazi floats, you're supposed to get Chaos Mirage. And then you have level 4 Tuner. And you're locked into, if you use his effects, Light or Dark Synchros, in which you can get Angel of Zera, and you can banish, you know, a card that you want to have banished instead of whatever they have banished. And if this is banished, it comes back. But it is something that I don't really summon. It's just, how much am I going to miss this? Like, this gets summoned as a backup from, like, you know, the 4s plus this. And I guess in a very niche case, Assault Synchron when you've already made a 10. But, like, this is a big beat stick that genuinely comes up. This comes up sometimes. Okay, I guess I'll say that. Dragite doesn't come up. But that's because it requires getting rid of either Ogre or... yeah, it's getting rid of exactly Ogre or Fenrir while using this. So I guess maybe that's the play. Right, I reckon we can go for another duel. I don't know the last time I even thought about Dragite. The opponent is choosing. We are going second. It's just best to think about it like that. You are right. Well. Cards, please. Well, that works. Ah, they're not summoning from the hand. Right. I don't know what they're doing. Horus plays, but I'm not actually sure what they're going to, whether it is just kind of Horus, or if it's a pile of cards. Looks like a pile of cards. Activate the Kashtira field spell, search for Fenrir. You didn't activate the Kashtira field spell. You cannot summon Fenrir. You wanted to have Fenrir on top of whatever you're doing, right? Am I missing things? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but surely you just activate the Kashtira field spell, get Fenrir, Fenrir search for a thing, and then you do the rest of your plays, right? They probably don't want to give you the card. I mean, it's one draw. And besides, Fenrir is pretty good as a disruption or as like a piece, unless they're worried about, like, this is the 4th summon. Are you worried about Nib? Are you thinking I'm also playing Nibiru? Because you could, in theory, make like a rank 8 negate at this point. That is not a negate. Sure. Once per turn during your standby phase, attach one card from your opponent's graveyard to this material. Oh, right. They're going to be able to... Did I take it out? It's not in the deck. Sweet. I have no extra deck foolish targets for them. Haha. Hee hee. Jormungandr more. Set 1. That doesn't feel unbeatable. Raigeki. You target... face-up monsters. God damn it. Cannot be destroyed by card effects that do not target them. So, it's this. Okay, we're gonna try it. Okay. See. Yeah, that's fine. I think we want to put that back in hand. You can use this one. That's okay. I don't have much in the graveyard, but nor do you, which is a little unfortunate. What are you thinking? You are doing it. Okay. So we're just going to special him again. I'm not actually going to use the Raigeki. I'm going to special the Assault Synchron. And we're just going to make it ready. Yeah, it is a little difficult. Like... yeah, I should have used the Raigeki. At that point, I should have just used the Raigeki. Right, remind me. Xyz's monster with the same level as its rank. That's fine. But the thing is, they do just get to another one anyway. I guess... Metaverse. Which goes through. So if they want the search, they can have it, but I'm gonna get something. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm gonna do this now, actually. Because I don't want them to destroy a card I control. Yeah. I don't know how. I think we just... it's gonna be difficult, right? So let's take the Imseti. Let's ban this person. That one. Oh, someone who's actually playing the Black Flame Deity. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna make you pay for the search. So this card's name becomes King Sark. Oh, right, I need to read this. Right. We're in main phase, so I get Lopter. Let that happen. I'm a little curious to know what they have. I guess I could top deck Cosmic. Daruma. That's really fucking annoying. Sure. So... what do I want in rotation? I could put Valor in rotation. It's getting booked anyway, so who cares? The token leaves, that's okay. Unfortunately, this is not going to get its effect, which means that this isn't going to be able to bring it back. This is going to be able to hit something. They have another name they could bring out. Opponent's card effect. They put the Valor down. Okay. Oh, they have a specific thing if you... Alright. That's not fair. How dare you? And that doesn't trigger the Assault Synchron because it needs to tribute. Tributed or banished. Come on. Well, that's just the end of the game now, isn't it? The thing is, if I summon the negate, they just kind of use the, Okay, I said I could get in one more. We're gonna get in one more for the one more. The thing is, if I summoned Ha in that instance, they did just use the set, Daruma early. Instead of actually letting the tokens hit the field. This is not really a go in second hand, is it? They're on 60 cards. I didn't even check how many cards the other guy was on, but I think it was closer to 40. If I do end up using this, I can't use this, so points to note, I guess. Oh, it's from where you sent Albaz. Okay. Can I delete this message? We're definitely doing that. We're going to assume that you don't have Branded Fusion. Ban. Can I get rid of the message? I don't know. Focus on the duel that we have now used our autonomy for. Apparently that was good enough. Cosmic. I mean, don't mind if I do. It's another one. And they sent... Is that a discard for cost? No, it's all for effect. And yeah, so you can now fuse with that, possibly. Yep. Right, and you send out... Well, Abaz is already in the grave. You just need to shuffle, right? Yep. Of course they can fusion summon. They've got so many options for fusion summoning because they had a quick play spell. I negated one already. Why can't you just, like, you know, not draw multiples? You don't want to draw multiples. I stopped your last turn, and you've got the same card for this turn. I haven't stopped anything. Oh, go on. Fusion summon. It shouldn't be too difficult. There you go. Give it a minute. That's Secretarian. Fantastic. That is literally not relevant in the slightest. And I guess I want Condemned Witch, honestly. And apparently that's good enough for them. You see, we apparently should have gone one more for one more. Yeah, how many cards were you on? Yeah, you're on 40. You're on, like, an actual Wait. So yeah, you actually had things to do with the Kashtira part. Maybe you didn't want to give me a card, but, like, I feel like that was just worth it, right? Also, did you not have a monster negate for rank 8s? It's just so bad. What happens if you get hit by Nibiru? And yeah, it's just branded. What can you say? It's just fusion.deck. Fun. I mean, someone finds it fun. But, like, it's just been around so long. And it hasn't changed. Or it doesn't feel like it's changed all that much. But then again, I don't play the deck. It is an outsider's view. It's a very biased point of view against branded. That's certainly a card. We have runic quick play spells. Not a lot. But we do have runic quick play spells. That's a flip monster. That is actually really fun. I like that guy. I forgot we actually had the synchro for the goatee. But I guess that, yeah. Maybe we should take a look at what we have. And that's the clear world stuff. Gains attack equal to the highest original attack among monsters. So we'd need some clear world cards, and we'd need to be able to do 2 normal summons per turn. Or we'd need to be able to special summon the first clear world card, which I haven't read any of them. Another bezel ship, that's actually kind of welcome. That makes Time Thieves a little better. Junk Armor, that's one of the new cards. If this card is added to your hand, except by drawing it, you can special it. Wow. You contribute this, special summon a Junk or Synchron from deck, except Junk Armor. So it gets us a level 2 body, and it gets us to Assault Synchron. And what about you? Summon a Cyburst from hand in defense position. It's an extender, or a starter rather. And this is a card you can't really script. Right. Let's take a look at what runic things we have, because we definitely have some. Right, what did we get? So yeah, okay, one sec. Goatee. There we go. Oh, we actually have a few cards. Banish this card from your hand, target a fish in your grave, banish it. Banish this from your grave, target a fish you control. During your main phase, if it was special this turn. If a fish is banished, you can special this. During the main phase, you can banish 2 fish from your hand or grave, special this. So yeah, we have a little bit. It pretty much just makes Ascan. But we have something. Summon a goatee, but banish it when it leaves the field. Banish fish monsters. What do we have in the way of fish synchros? We have the whale. So we could play, like, some sort of a goatee deck, I guess. I don't think it'd be that great. Just check whether we have any clear world things. We do have clear world things. If this card is normal, special summoned. Okay. During your main phase 1, you can normal summon in addition. So yeah, we'd be looking at exactly this thing. We've seen how, you know, easy that is. It's a very floodgate kind of thing. Play with your hand, counter declare an attack. During the standby phase, destroy defense position. During the end phase, discard. During your end phase, take 1,000. You pay 500 to activate a spell. And it doesn't actually need Clearwell to be on the field for that last bit. The only thing is it doesn't search. You can special summon, but we don't want to special summon this. Yeah, you want to tribute summon this. You could special this. But yeah, that's actually awful. Anyway. What do we have? So we have Fountain. That adds a continuous spell, which we have one of. 1, 1, 1, and 2. It does give us draw power and just kind of like a little bit extra consistency for like a stun deck or something. Effect, negate, and banish. Stops a monster from attacking, banishes. Banishes for the cards they control. And if they add a card from deck to hand. And then we get a Lore, and we've got Moonin. Who is just a 2000 defender, or a level 3 body for something. It is an effect monster. It would be a body for like link material. Maybe there's something we can do with that. Pearly uses quick play spells. War crimes. War crimes incoming. But anyway, for the moment, I think we call that a session. We've just about hit the 3-hour mark. And I'm feeling like that's fine. We've managed to rank up. We've had a good few duels. We've pulled some interesting cards. Where are we at for the... Okay, so... Right, it's starting to count solo mode now. I believe. And probably the duel room as well. 2144 anyway. So we're looking for stats. Which means we played, like, what, 16 duels? That's not too bad. And we have won 9 duels, which is slightly over 50%. I've immediately forgotten what numbers I was supposed to be typing. There we go. And that's for the start of the next session. Session 134. Winds and Diamond 10. What do we want to call this? I don't really have a name for it at the moment. Winds in Diamond, which gives us solo mode duels. I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything. I guess we just got, like, solo mode duels. To do. We got 3. We've done 7 this stream. For lack of a better, clearer, just like less mouthy way of saying it, you know, that is going to have to do for the moment. But anyway, it's been a nice time. I hope you all have had fun. I've had a decent time. And I look forward to catching you guys on Thursday. My name is Catmonic, and goodbye for now.